Have you ever sat down to look at your schedule for the week and asked yourself, when am I ever going to have time to make a meal when my schedule looks like this? I know I have. So today I'm going to show you how, if you spend a little bit of time on the weekend, you can prepare some meals very easily that you can then put in the freezer and pull out at a later time, put in the crock pot, and be done. Come home at the end of the day after working, walk in, have a delicious smell, and know that your supper is ready for you. The recipe I'm going to show you today actually will make 2 different meals for my family. Now, I found this recipe a few weeks ago when I was looking on Pinterest. I wanted to find some new recipes to try, and I was also looking for something to help make mealtime easier. Now, Alice Henneman wrote on the University of Nebraska-Lincoln website, one easy method of freezing foods is to freeze them in freezer bags. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. Now, I already had freezer bags on hand, so I didn't have to buy any. So I looked at my recipe to see what ingredients I needed, and off I went shopping. Now, our ingredients today are Italian sausage, diced Italian tomatoes, which are right here. I also have 1 red pepper, 2 green peppers, 1 red onion, and 2 tablespoons of garlic and 4 tablespoons of garlic and 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning that I've already split out equally in these, so there's 1 for each package. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is label our bags. And you want to do this so that when you go to grab them out of the freezer later, you know exactly what's in them and you don't have to question it. So these we're going to label sausage and peppers. And then we want to put on here what our directions are. Now, I already did this. This way, when we pull them out, we know exactly what we have to do. The directions for this one say drizzle with oil and cook on low for 6 to 8 hours. Not only is this great for us, but then if we want to take a couple of these to a friend of ours, we can easily do that. I just did that just a week ago with a friend of mine, Megan Hansen. She had just given birth to her 4th child. Now, being a mom myself, I know how hectic it can be when you come home with a new baby. So I wanted to take a couple different meals up to them. I just had the opportunity on Friday, October 19th, to ask her if she had had a chance to use them. She told me she had, and that it was so easy to just take out the night before, put in the crock pot in the morning, and forget about it until it was time to eat. She said that was great because then she didn't have to worry about what to make for supper, or if the baby needed something and she'd have been right in the middle of making supper. Everything was pretty much done for her. Now, next we do need to cut our vegetables, and you just have to chop them up. They don't need to be very small. And remember, you're going to use half of these vegetables in each of your recipes. So you want to kind of keep them separated a little bit. I honestly just do great big chunks on these. The nice thing about doing your own freezer meals is, as you can see, we have an awful lot of fresh vegetables here. Because we're doing them ourselves, we can decide what we're going to put into them. Then we know the quality of them, and we know the freshness. Jema, who wrote on her blog, ringaroundtherosies.net, agreed with my statement. She said, I can control all the ingredients and make them as healthy as I like. And that's so true. Then you know what you're getting, unlike a pre-prepared meal where you aren't 100% sure. Now, since we have these veggies just about cut up, we're going to take the time and we're going to throw them in the bags. Now, again, remember, we're separating this into 2 separate meals. So that's why I've kept all my veggies separate, half and half, so that it makes it easier when it comes time for me to bag. I'm going to start with first putting those sausages in. I put 1 package of the sausage in, then I'm going to put my vegetables, half of my vegetables in. I'm going to put my tomatoes in, and there's no particular order that these items have to go in. You just want to make sure you get everything in there that you're supposed to, and then you're going to want to put half of your spices in there. Just shake them in there. Get as much out. Good. Then you want to kind of knead it around a little bit just to move your sauce and stir everything up. Then we want to seal our bags. And to do that, and when you do that, you want to make sure that you get all the air out of it. So I leave it open a little bit, and I'm going to flatten my bag down to kind of move all my air towards where my little hole is, opening is, and finish closing it. I'm going to set that to the side, and I'm going to quickly repeat the process with my next bag. Again, the rest of our vegetables, we'll get those all in there. We'll get our meat put in there. And with this, you can adjust the amount of meat based on the size of your family. There's 4 of us in my family. There happen to be 5 of the sausages per package. So that works out really good. Get my tomatoes in there. And also the rest of my spices. Get all of those out. And again, close your package part way. Lay it down. Get your air out. Might want to knead that up a little bit and get those spices all spread around. Work again on getting that air out. Close your bag, lay it on top of the other one. Now all I would have to do is take those and put them in the freezer. And the reason I stack them on top of each other is so that I can make more space in my freezer, which then will allow me to get more meals in there. Now, all you have to do after they're frozen, you decide you want one, you go out in your freezer, you look, you get one out, take it out, thaw it out, put it in the crock pot the next day, come home, supper's pretty much ready. My family actually really likes to have garlic bread with this meal. So I'll come home, throw some garlic bread in the oven quick, and within a matter of minutes we're sitting down to the table to eat. Now you could decide to take all your meals for the week out at once, as Katie Smith, who was interviewed by Mary Constantine of the Knoxville News Sentinel on February 29th, 2012 said. She said what works well is to take 4 meals out of the freezer late Saturday night or on Sunday and let them thaw properly in the refrigerator. But you know, you really need to just decide what works best for you and then do that. In conclusion, the time that you would spend on the weekend preparing these meals would really free up some time for you during the week. With just these few ingredients that I had today, I was able to make 2 meals for my family that we can now use later. Remember something important, make sure you write on those bags so you know exactly what it is that's in it and what you need to do to cook it. In our busy lives, it's really important to do whatever we can to make our meals easier, to help reduce some of those tasks. Give us a chance to relax or focus on maybe some other tasks that need to be done. Plus you have the satisfaction of knowing that what you're cooking has fresh ingredients in them because you choose them. Note card 1, 23 words. Note card 2, 27 words. Note card 3, 14 words. Note card 4, 45 words. Note card 5, 32 words. And note card 6, 39 words.